This actual play is intended for mature audiences and contains themes some viewers may find upsetting. Please check each episode's show notes for specific content warnings and enjoy the show with care.
Public access with the Bad Spot. The Key of the Child.
A flashback to when you felt genuine happiness as a child. Leon is sitting in the principal's office. He is next to, not directly next to, but next to Bobby Mahoney, who is currently holding a tissue under his nose. He's sitting and waiting. Bobby's parents will be coming soon, and he hopes his come faster so that he can just leave. He thinks it's going to be his mom, but his dad shows up. And he's not sure what to make of the look on his face. But he comes into the principal's office and she starts to explain that according to Bobby, Leon reacted out of nowhere and hit him in the nose. And his father's face doesn't change much, but he can tell that he doesn't believe the story. And he looks to Leon and asks, "What happened?" And Leon says, "He said something about Mom." And his father looks at Bobby, who is scowling and mumbling under his breath, "Yeah, 'cause all you Wrights are fucking wrong." And the principal says, "Bobby, language." And his dad smiles and says, "Bobby, have you ever heard of an epomus beetle?" And Bobby looks confused. And his father begins to explain. You see, over the course of evolution, frogs and the like are the bullies of the small natural world, but the epomus beetle, its larva, evolved a peculiar tactic. The larvae of the beetle, they act like they are prey. They do a little helpless dance. And then when a frog comes to eat them, they strike. They start with the Achilles tendon, just so they can't move, and then they work their way up to the spinal column and sever it, so that they can then proceed to feast on their creatures. And the beetle evolved this as a defense, and the frogs never seem to learn. Are you smarter than a frog, Bobby? And Bobby looks a little sick and terrified, and the principal looks a little confused. And his father takes it back. Frogs are bullies, and they get taught lessons by creatures smaller than them all the time. Did you learn a lesson today, Bobby? And Leon starts to smile when Bobby's face turns red, matching the blood on the tissue. And the principal starts to talk to Leon's dad. It's like, "I really don't think that's the..." And his dad just says, "Come on, Leon. You're out for the day. Mr. Wright, you can't do that. I'm taking my son. Have a good day. And Leon's grin gets wider. And he looks back at Bobby. And his dad looks back at Well. Oh, Bobby, one more thing. If I have to come back here because the two of you are in here, I'll tell you about another creature in much more detail. And Leon feels the sadistic little happiness at the way Bobby shrinks.
A flashback to the moment when you realized your parents were imperfect. Nina's upstairs in her room. It's late. She's got the flashlight on, she's under the covers. And she's reading The Warlock of Firetop Mountain. 100th time it must be. And just as she's about to complete the final pathway one more time, she almost reads it aloud to herself. The Warlock of Firetop Mountain is no more, and you are now the owner of the Sorcerer's riches. At least 1,000 gold pieces, jewelry, diamonds, rubies, and pearls are in the chest. Hidden under these, you find the Warlock's spellbook. And as you leaf through the pages, you realize that this tome is probably more valuable than all the treasure. Instructions are given from the control of all the secrets and the creatures of Firetop Mountain. With this book, unlimited power is yours, and the safety of your return to the village is ensured. Or, if you would prefer, you could remain as master of the domain of Firetop Mountain. Something overcomes Nina. It's not quite bravery, but for the first time in several months, it's the absence of fear. And she pulls off the duvet and turns off the flashlight and gets out of bed and walks to the top of the landing and looks down the stairs. She can see the lights are still on. She can hear the soft movement of her dad down below. She sucks in a breath. I can do this. I can do this. And she descends. Her eyes don't quite recognize her dad in this state. He's hunched over the kitchen island with a can in his hand. Even from where she is, she can smell the alcohol. Since Mom passed, the kitchen's been less home to food and more home to cans and bottles and glasses. And Nina walks up to her father with the book in her hand. Maybe we can finish the book. Maybe we can finish The Lord of the Rings. I could read Eowyn. I could do that. And her dad looks down at her with these great black eyes and a scruff on his face that's several days old. No, Nina. You can't. And he turns back to the can and takes a long swig. But Nina is the ruler of Firetop Mountain. This is her domain. And she gets adamant. Please come and read to me. Please. I just want this one thing. And those great black eyes turn back to her. I only want one thing as well. I want her back. You took her from me. If she hadn't been out there that day, maybe she could have come back and maybe we could have fixed this. She was gonna leave us, Nina. Did you know that? She couldn't do this. Couldn't do this suburban life. She wanted to go back to the city. She wanted to be something. But you kept her here. She wanted to be a good mum. She wasn't, because she was never here. She wasn't a good wife, but she tried. And maybe she could have tried harder. Maybe she would be trying harder if she was just fucking alive. But instead, all I have is you, and you are here. And there is a sudden clarity that overcomes him. Oh, Nina, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. It's been a bad day. Daddy's had a bad day. I'm so sorry. Nina, darling, I'm so sorry. And the tears are welling up in his eyes. I don't want you to see me like this. I'm sorry. But Nina's edged back towards the stairs. And she has realized something vital. The world will never be the same. She's not a child anymore. She's not the wizard of Firetop Mountain. She has no power. Not here. She runs back upstairs and closes the door and locks it and gets back under the covers. She desperately wants to dive back into a book and forget this entire interaction has ever happened, and that her father's words aren't ringing in her ears, and that her mum loved her and that she wasn't going to leave. But she can't tonight. She can't read another book right now.
A flashback to when you experienced childhood trauma. Jake Gastineau, Joey's father, is something of a local legend in Copenhagen County. Lafresca's all-star running back, 1975, scholarship to LSU, where he gained the nickname the Rampagin' Cajun, even though he wasn't Cajun. His mother's mother was from Quebec, I think, but it stuck, and his salubriousness off the pitch made him very popular. He never made it to the pros. Cruise ship ligament injury put paid to that, but back in Copenhagen County, he would find success, if you could call it that, as a used car salesman, occasional ad spot where he'd come on and tackle someone in full football gear, make some quip about prices being smashed, that kind of thing. But today, he's getting drunk in the bleachers, watching his embarrassment of a son on the football field. Now, Jake made a point of never enrolling Joey in Lafresca High. He couldn't have his name tarnished, but he was going to make a man of this kid one way or another, and decided to drive him across state lines to join a high school football program where no one would know his name. And, maybe he'd learn a few things, take a few hard knocks, have some sense knocked into him. Well, this football team sucks. They haven't won a game for 3 seasons, and that streak isn't going to end today. Thankfully, or mercifully, the other team are just as bad. There are 10 seconds left on the clock, and the scores are tied at 0. The ball is on Joey's 1-yard line. He can see his father laughing with his old football buddies. in the bleachers, getting drunk. This is an embarrassment to him, but he's still holding court with all those people who admire him, know his stats to the number. He got me into this team through an old connection. The coach, Coach Dupree, known to all the students as Peephole Dupree for reasons you can probably guess, and how this man still has a job is beyond me. But he's there as well, not really watching the game, knocking back beers, laughing at how dreadful the action, if you can call it that, on the pitch is. The other team just need to walk the ball over the line. You can hear them call the play from inside the huddle. QB sneak. All they have to do, take the snap, take 2 steps forwards, the game's over. Overtime is something that none of us need and none of us want. The defensive line have zero desire to stop this happening. They just want to go for their post-match pizza and be done with the whole thing. Joey's been sent in for this last play. He doesn't know if it's a punishment, but, you know, he's not needed. He's not going to stop anyone who wants to walk forward with a ball. He's disinterested, looks very out of place in the oversized football gear that hangs very loose on him. He's ready. The referee's whistle goes. The play timer runs down. All they need to do, snap the ball into the quarterback's hands, take 2 steps forward, and the game is over. And the snap happens, and everyone just assumes that the quarterback takes it and walks it into the end zone, but that's not what happens. The players have started walking off the pitch, but the center fumbled the snap, and the quarterback can't see the ball, but that ball is still live. And Joey seems to be the only person who's noticed, and before he realizes, he's running with it under his arm, and he's running over the halfway line. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, and the 10. This would be their only win in years. And he can see and hear the crowd in disbelief, screaming for him just to walk it over the line. And he gets to the 5 and the 4 and the 3, and then he stops. And he looks back at his dad, that smug motherfucker. And he looks at Coach Dupree. And he thinks, fuck you. And he spikes the ball on the 2-yard line. And then he's running again. He is running from both teams. And he is running from everyone who is in the bleachers because they are chasing him. And he runs and he runs and he is off the pitch and he is vaulting over advertising hoarding like they're hurdles. And that's where he gets the name Jumping Joe Gastineau, the J he would later reclaim as his. But this foot race doesn't last, because in the parking lot of where they would have their post-match pizza, they catch up with him. And they fucking destroy him. He is battered beyond all recognition, close to death, an attack that will leave him afterwards with 4 broken ribs, punctured lung, 9 broken fingers, broken jaw, 6 teeth lost, a shattered eye socket, a detached retina, which will never really get fixed. But the last thing he can remember before he slipped into unconsciousness was the sound of his dad and Peephole Dupree laughing as they waited to take their turn. Now, this kind of thing doesn't happen without witnesses, and some people in the pizza place called the cops. And to brush the whole affair under the carpet, the school paid Jake Gastineau off, paid Joey's medical bills, and saw him shipped out to the East Coast to stay with some cousin of his mum's in New Jersey. Now, as JJ is sat in his Bed-Stuy apartment, typing this into the screenplay that he is writing in 2004, he caps off with some narration that's his. Why did I keep the second J? Because fuck them. That's why. And as he puts the full stop on the dialogue slug, he hears footsteps outside his apartment door, and then the banging on metallic shutters. And then he looks down at his fingers that are paused over the keyboard, and they slowly start to unspool.
A flashback to the moment when you realized childhood wasn't forever. Leon is standing in the backyard. It is late, and he is alone, and he is looking up at the sky. Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. Within the house, a plate, a glass, something breaks, and he closes his eyes and then continues looking up. Orion's belt, Canis Major, something bigger breaks. And he looks down at the ground, at the lumped mound that has the brightest plants of anything in the backyard. He looks back up and he wishes his dad hadn't left. He wishes his dad would come back soon. He doesn't want to deal with this anymore. The sound moves into the living room. He hears something wooden crack, and then something fall over, and it's loud this time. And he tries to take some measure of courage. He tries not to wish that Charlie was still here. He tries not to wish that someone would help him, would protect him. And then he feels angry at himself for wanting to be protected, because no one's hurting him right now. At least not physically. He goes into the house, and it is a torrent of paper and broken glass, and he tries to step carefully into the living room where his mother is pulling the TV off of its stand and looks like she's about to throw it into the ground. And he says, "Mom, please stop. Just stop. It's enough. It's enough tonight. Just." And she looks up, and it's the same gaze that looks through him. And it's such a bad night. He says, "Mom, please. You have just come with me, and we'll have a lie down, and it will be okay." And she looks around herself like she's looking for something. It's fine. I can't find it. And Leon bites, because he always does. "What are you looking for? I'll help you. We don't need to do all of this. Please." It's like, and his mother looks at him. "Oh, baby. I can't find him." And Leon says, "Dad's not here right now. He'll be back soon." She says, No. And Leon bites again. "So who then, if not Dad?" And his mom says, I don't know, but I can't find. Do you know? And Leon doesn't know what she's talking about. He doesn't have any idea. And he tries to approach her and takes her hand, and they're shaking. And he realizes that the only person that's going to protect him is himself. He just says, "Mom, I love you. Let's just give it a rest tonight, and I'll help you look tomorrow." And she nods. "You'll help me look. Like, I promise I'll help you look." And she comes with him, and he stays next to her until she closes his eyes.
TV Odyssey. Nina and Leon. Ever since La Fresca and White Spray, things have felt wrong. Your memories have curious blank spots, or something about them is just incorrect. You can feel it. Indeed, when you return to Deep Lake, to the house on Rodenbecker Street, and cross the threshold, you realize it. Bright as fire. This isn't right. Something happened and changed things. You came here not to just reconnect with your childhood hometown or to look into its many mysteries, but you came to look into one specific mystery: the disappearance of TV Odyssey. And there was someone else. It wasn't just the two of you. There was a third person with you this summer. Let's paint the scene, everyone. In what ways does the appearance of the house subtly suggest the existence of a third person living here?
The Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Time Cop is stuck in the VCR.
There's a stack of mixtapes in the living room with songs that neither Nina nor Leon recognize or have ever even heard of.
There's a set of tracked footprints of a shoe size that is neither Leon's nor Nina's that lead up the stairs and up into the attic.
And then you remember the tapes. You watched the tapes. You studied the tapes. You put together the pieces along with everything else you've experienced this summer and came to a conclusion. The tapes weren't just strange TV programs. They were rituals. Spells, traps, bindings, however you want to define it, they were a medium to control things, the strange, shifting nature of this small desert community. A way to hold dark things at bay. And you think you know where that old TV station is now. Somewhere in the desert. In a hole. Perhaps at the center of an underground nerve system of utility tunnels and cave passages used to confound this place, to contain its horrors. You head into the desert. You find the crater. Let's paint the scene again. What about the atmosphere here indicates this is the right place? That the TV station is somewhere down in this hole?
From a very blurry memory of Nina's, she remembers we think it burned down and collapsed into the crater itself. So maybe that explains why you can still smell smoke. It's as if it's still burning. Maybe cindering, charring, but it smells like fire and ash, as if they've stepped into Mordor.
There's a hum, intangible, but you can feel it almost thrum through your body like static. It makes the hairs on your arms stand up as you get closer.
The exact area of the crater and a little bit wider from that is just a dead zone. Your watch stops once you walk into it. Your car radio will scramble. Your cell will rearrange its display to be upside down letters and jumbled text. Nothing can get in or out of this place on any kind of wave, micro, radio, long, short. It's just the absence of anything that counts as communication.
You make your way down the switchbacks into the mouth of a cavernous gap. And you see it, cracked, surrounded by rubble and debris, but largely whole. TV Odyssey. It appears to have, like the ground gave way underneath it, confirming your suspicions that someone sabotaged the foundation, and it slid down into the chamber. Indeed, it's still standing on its foundation, damaged. It actually looks like it's wedged into the cave wall, like some sort of strange idol or offering. You can see its bent, radiating tower almost reaching out for you. And Joey, you see it too. You and Elliot can see it in the distance. It's whole, standing in the middle of the rainbow desert. You see its tower, tall and gleaming, sending out a signal that you can see. It comes off in strange fluorescent waves. If the tapes were used to manipulate the strange energies of this place, they can be used to reset things to how they were. That is your question. How do we get reality to turn back to what it was? It's a complexity 6. The opportunity is to create your own Odyssey tape and rewind reality. It's a complexity 6, and I'm happy to report you've already found your first 3 clues. The 3 keys of the child that you each just narrated contains a clue to this mystery. How do we reset this place? We're going to take a 10-minute break so you can think about that for your key, and you will define a clue for this mystery. We'll see you in 10. Let's hear these clues. Who wants to say first?
The number 49 football jersey.
Very good. Note that, please.
The quote from the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, which goes, "With this book, unlimited power is yours and the safety of your return to the village is ensured."
Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good, actually. That's good. Leon?
The positioning of the stars, the bodies that he named.
Fantastic. Leon, Nina, you stand before the entrance to TV Odyssey. You actually have to kind of clamber a little bit up the debris and the foundation to reach the entrance to the actual station, wedged in the massive cavern wall. But you can do it. What do you do?
I think Nina, having shimmied her way up a water tower in the past, has a little dexterity and is maybe able to get like her hands in places and is finding a way up, is determined to find this way up, and looks back to Leon and like extends a hand. It's like, come on, we can do this. We can do this.
Leon, who is in a mirror of climbing down to get to that monstrosity of the dream, has Mal on his back and is so burdened trying to climb up again.
It is the day move to enter the station. I need to know from each of you what you're afraid is going to happen if you lose your nerve.
I think Nina's afraid that they're going to open this and find nothing at all.
Please roll with composure.
This is going to be a stretch, but could I try and use the key to locker 87 just to see?
Oh
if
yeah,
it
sure.
fits?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I'm going to.
Yeah. Well, remind me where that was that from? Oh, that was the me and my self-storage, right?
Yeah, we all woke up with one, and it sort of
That's
seems
right.
like
Yeah. Oh, I kind of like that.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's not me and myself. Maybe this is where we're meant to use it.
No, it's great. I am going to counterbalance it though with Bones of the Earth right now.
Damn. Okay. Well,
so
let's
it's still
flat roll
2d6.
it.
Yeah,
2d6
plus composure.
Come on. It's a 6 and a 5, so we're all right. We're good. That's 11.
Clear.
Oh, yep, 13. We're in the good.
Leon, what are you afraid of?
Leon is afraid that if they get in there, they won't be able to do anything about it. It's beyond their comprehension what's happening in there.
Fantastic. I want you to roll sensitivity, actually.
Okay.
And because of both the labyrinth and this was a bad idea, you're at disadvantage.
Let's see, what can I do?
Oh, can I have given Leon back the flare gun? I don't know if it would make any difference in this scenario, but just in case.
I would love it. Thanks. With I don't know, Mal is just a comfort. He's not
I mean, that may be enough, right?
Yeah.
To buck you up to go in. This is mostly just a sort of fear-based thing, right? So.
Yeah. So I think I just have Mal licking me on the side of my face as he rides on my back. Oh my god. It's Nate. We're back.
I will tell you, Leon, that the way you're going to be vulnerable if you proceed inside is there's someone behind you on the switchbacks who doesn't want you to go inside. Do you wish to press forward?
Yes.
Nina, you go in first. The key opens. It works. Your instincts are correct. You step into a little like kind of reception area, and we'll talk about that in more detail in a moment. But I'm going to give you a bonus because you got a 12 plus, right? Your bonus, someone has spray painted on a wall. Nina, you found me. Leon, as you're getting ready to follow in with Mal, you hear, Leon, don't go in there. And you see walking down the switchback toward the bottom of the cave is your uncle, Albert.
But Uncle Albert?
You weren't supposed to find this place. Just come on back now. Let's just go. I'm making spaghetti tonight. It'll be great. Just forget about this place. You and your friend both.
You didn't know about this. You didn't remember.
Okay, all right. No spaghetti. We'll do chili. How about that?
Uncle Al? What did we used to say when it came to birthdays?
Leon, I'm really sorry, but you can't have what you want right now. I can tell you more later, but you just can't. You've got to listen to me, okay? I haven't been completely honest with you.
Well, now might be the time.
And he's actually like kind of scrambling up to the entrance at this point to be with you.
I think Nina is gently pulling Leon into TV Odyssey. Just like, no, Leon, I don't think that's Albert. Or if it is, I don't think this is right.
Just wait. Just listen to me. As he's a little older, so he's kind of like, kind of huffing as he hauls himself up.
Come on, Leon. Come on.
Listen, it's not just me.
We already know this, Leon. Come on.
There were 3 of us. There were 3 of us that were supposed to die in the horrors of that night. In October in 1983. We were allowed to come back, but only if we helped. Only if we helped hide this place and make sure no one ever found it. Just come on now. Help me fulfill my end of this bargain.
Come on, Leon.
Step out.
No. No, he's talking. This isn't right. Come on.
Uncle Albert lunges for you, Leon. This is the day move. What are you afraid is going to happen right now?
I'm afraid he's gonna grab me and pull me out.
How do you respond? Are you trying to just like push him off or get inside or what?
Yeah, with Nina at my back, I'm trying to get in and maybe close the door on him.
This is going to be with vitality. Just regular dice. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hang on. Because you are making a roll that is associated to Uncle Albert, you get to roll at advantage. Because you have, and they're always glad you came.
Oh. Does that work?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be actions they help you with. It's supposed to be actions they help you with, but in a weird kind of way, I kind of like it. So yeah, I think thematically it works.
Okay. Incredible. Ah, fuck.
What'd you get?
6 total.
He grabs you. He wrenches with all of his strength to pull you out of the doorway. Unfortunately, it's going to cause the 2 of you to slip and fall down the climb to the station. He won't survive, and you might be very badly injured. Unless you turn a key right now.
Nina, I'm really sorry. I'm turning the chromatic desert.
No.
Joey, you see your old friend Leon standing in the doorway of the TV Odyssey station in the Chromatic Desert. Elliot tugs on your sleeve and tells you, this is where you're supposed to be, but if you go inside, you can't come back. What do you do?
I think JJ's eyes are locked on Leon, and I don't think he really listened to what Elliot said. And Elliot kind of continues to tug on his sleeve and try and tell him that very important message, but JJ doesn't want to hear it. He just wants to run to Leon. And that's before he realizes what he's doing. He is running.
Elliot's doing his best to keep up. As you reach Leon in the threshold of the door, the little red Power Ranger manages to get in front of you and tells you, I can't go in there. This will be goodbye to Elliot. What do you do?
What's Leon doing right now?
Where am I? I think Leon is just confused and on this threshold and is looking at this person who is running in his direction, these two people, and recognition starts to come back to him. JJ?
Leon, if you're here and I'm here, then this place is real and things aren't going so good for you. What's the last thing you remember? Try it. Like it's not easy here. Like things here are. I don't even know if you're real. You know, I think I've seen you so many times, but never quite in this clarity.
Someone from inside the reception area that you're both standing in the doorway of says, hey, y'all, you're letting my air conditioning out right now. Just standing there with the door open like that.
Sorry? Who is that? And Neal will turn around.
You'll see a receptionist. We'll talk about her more in a minute. But what of going inside JJ and Elliot?
JJ kneels down in front of Elliot, bringing him to equivalent height, and he lifts his Power Ranger helmet and sees a kid who's scared and whose eyes are filled with tears that are cutting through the sand that's caked on his face. And JJ just looks him in the eye and says, I'm sorry, kid. And leaves.
Roll the day move. What are you afraid is going to happen right now?
I'm afraid he's going to follow me in.
Roll with composure, please.
Seven.
He won't follow you in. I will tell you, though, that you get a glimpse of his life. Wandering the desert alone. Trying to carve out an existence. Trying to stay safe from the horrors of this place. The chrome monstrosities that stalk the sands. Desperately trying to be reunited with his family. It's unclear if he'll ever make it by himself. Unless you turn a key.
I'm going to turn a key.
Which key is that?
The very last key of the child. A flashback to the moment when you realized your parents were imperfect. JJ comes to in the back of a car. Rain is lashing the windscreen. The wipers are working double time to allow his dad, who is white knuckling the steering wheel, to see. Where are we going, Dad? Joey says. He's 13, maybe. No response. He sees his dad's knuckles, the knuckles that are gripping the steering wheel are bloodied. Sees there's blood on the sleeve of his La Fresca high school letterman jacket. And Joey knows something's very, very wrong. It's a short drive to the Me and My storage unit. And they exit the car. Under their little awning leading in is a homeless man. Asks for a smoke. Joey's dad ignores him. He's more intent on getting whatever's in the boot out of the boot. What are we doing, Dad? Where is this place? No answer. Joey's soaked, he's in his pajamas still. And his dad is pulling a heavy trunk across the car park towards the entrance of the Me and My storage unit. As they enter, Tim Crowley is in his office. He doesn't look up. He just slides a key, number 86, across the counter. Joey's dad, now under the sterile lighting of this place, looks terrible. He's covered in blood. And he drags this trunk down the corridor. Joey follows him. What is this place? Where are we going? They get to storage unit 86. And the shutter rolls up. It's just a single bulb hanging there. There's a hatch on the floor. There's an arcade cabinet in the corner. Joey's dad drags the trunk in, pulls the shutter down, and leaves. No one ever finds Joey's mum's body, but that's where it is to this day. Joey leaves, walks past the office. Tim is still sat at his desk. And it's New Year's Eve, and he knows that because the ball is dropping. 1978 turns into 1979. Joey isn't born then.
Elliot stands at the doorway and says to you, he'll come find you when you're done. And you can go inside. And when you finally shut the door behind you, you find yourself in the small reception area of the TV Odyssey station. There's a couple of potted plants. There's the window unit air conditioner kind of blowing in the window. A window that looks out onto a vast shimmering nothing. And behind the desk, there's a middle-aged woman wearing a blouse with a quite loud and garish cherry print all over it, and horn-rimmed glasses and a helmet of hair. She says, "Well, I thought you were never going to get inside. Whew, it's just so hot. Okay, so I'm guessing you are both here because you reserved some recording time. We have recording booths available, and you didn't happen to bring a camera, did you? Ours is missing or on the fritz. I can't quite remember. In any case, just put your name right here in the book." She slides it toward you.
JJ, I think Leon, with how mundane everything is, just turns to you. What's going on?
Just go with it. This is the most normal anything has been for, I'm not joking, 2 decades. So just sign your fucking name on the piece of paper. Let's go into the studio. I happen to have 2 cameras, and let's just see how we can just move things along, shall we?
Okay.
Al's going to be helping you in the editing bay. He'll come out to get you here in just a minute. If you want to just wait, there's some chairs there, and we got a little vending machine. If you're feeling peckish, she points you over to a vending machine filled with snacks. More on that in a moment. Nina, you find yourself in a really similar space. It's crazy, right? You came here to Deep Lake all by yourself earlier this summer, trying to figure out the mystery of this place. You found the weird tapes, you got caught up in strange mysteries and adventures, and now here you finally are. And just to kind of put the cherry on top of the sundae that says this is how it was supposed to be, there's a message written on the wall for you. The office is kind of dimly lit. There's still a little bit of sunlight coming in from outside that kind of just barely comes through the window, but it's pretty dark. But you can kind of make out that, everything's kind of crashed. Filing cabinet, crashed on the floor. Quite a lot of the roof tiles or the ceiling tiles are all kind of crumbled all around. Potted plants tossed over. Perhaps most disarmingly, there's a skeleton sitting in the reception desk chair, wearing a moldering blouse with a cherry print on it. And there's an overturned vending machine, the glass shattered, snacks spilled out. The snacks might still be good. In fact, everyone, let's do the key of pure imagination. Candy and other confections from La Fresca Foods can be found inside this vending machine. Which is your favorite?
Joey always liked the little purple box that had that satisfying shake when you gave it a rattle. Had the little alien on the front. Space Milk Duds, I believe they were called. And they were delicious.
Leon always enjoyed the little ad, the jingle that would play on TV. Twist it, stretch it, bend it like putty. It's out of this world. It's Cosmo Nutty. And Cosmo Nutty is this long taffy covered in Pop Rocks with a nougat center, a peanut nougat center. It's one of the candies that you give to children to pull their teeth out. But he always liked, especially watching the little dog Cosmo as it would hop from planet to planet of the different flavors of Cosmo Nutty.
Nina has always been partial to Reese's Pieces cups. When she was younger, on Halloween, they were her favorite, and she would eat them by the packet with like almost no restraint. And her dad would often join her. Her mum rarely there, but she remembers one time when they ate so many, there was a pile of cups on the table. She was so sick that night.
I'm happy to report you have found your fourth and fifth clues. The fourth clue is embedded in JJ's flashback. The fifth clue is something about your various confectionery treats. Be thinking on that. In the meantime, Nina, there's a message for you here. Let me tell you what else you see. And you both groups witness this, but just in slightly different configurations. There is a hallway. There's a doorway that goes to a hall that connects to the rest of the building off the main reception area. That hall off to the left is there's like an editing bay essentially there. I don't know enough about TV production, so I don't know exactly what all is supposed to be there, but I'm just going to say this is where they go to produce and edit things. If you continue to the very end of the hall, there's a janitorial closet. And then if you cut left at the end of the hall, it keeps going and it leads to the little recording studios where people can reserve time, like you have done, to record their program for Channel 94. And so let's start our investigation proper here. You only need a few more clues. Nina, what do you do?
So with Leon's I am error, I still remember Leon, but he's no longer here.
Correct. So
Okay.
That's interesting because I didn't realize that at first. And so yes, you did not actually, you realize now, oh, you did not come here alone. There was supposed to be someone here. And Leon, you can communicate with Nina using various media at your disposal.
There's this moment where like Nina's reaching out to help Leon to pull him back from Uncle Albert, but then the screen goes black and pulls into a tight white point and all of a sudden flickers on again and Nina's alone. And she looks around and calls out for Leon. And heads into the building completely confused and is probably going to head off to the hall on the left. Sort of seeing this Nina, you found me. Maybe she blacked out for a minute. Maybe Leon left that there for her. And she's going to head off down the hall to the left to the editing bay.
Leon, I think you'll have a sense of that. You might even see like a faint, sort of like a very faint shimmer or miasma of some sort of someone going to the editing bay. You know that Nina is still in TV Odyssey of 2004. What do you do?
Once Leon finishes writing his name, he leans back, and I have such an important question. Where is Mal?
It is a good question. What do you think? Do you think Mal made the trip?
Oh, what saves my dog? Yes, he comes with me.
Interesting.
I think Mal is what signals, because Mal starts following Nina, and then as he goes to call Mal back, he realizes that Mal is following something and trails after him.
I kind of like the idea that Mal's also with you, Nina.
Yeah. Mal is sort of like licking at my fingers and won't leave me alone. It's being very affectionate, and it's usually what's reserved for Leon, and so Nina is confused and really worried. But simultaneously, he's also sort of dragging her towards this editing bay.
JJ, what are you doing right now?
JJ sees Leon sort of kind of looking confused. And I don't think JJ can resist just hugging him incredibly hard and checking that he's real and that he's here and that Mal is real. And when Mal kind of growls at JJ, he's like, yep, that's really Mal. And JJ's like, right, where were you going? Were you going here in there? Sorry if that sounds confusing, but were you going to TV Odyssey? Is this TV Odyssey?
Leon doesn't fully pull away from the hug. Like, he's a bit surprised when it happens, and then he just lets it happen because he realizes what you said about 2 decades, even though it's been a couple days for him. And so he lets you have this, not protesting in the way that he protested when Flo tried to touch him. Yeah. Fuck. It's so weird with you here next to me. It's like I'm starting to remember the things that we did together, but then I also remember the time when you weren't there at the same time. It's, my brain is fucked.
I watched you and Nina fighting ice cream zombies in a TV show. So whatever weirdness you're feeling, brother, I have felt it too, times 10,000. Oh, and that's before I kind of pushed Geraldine into the mouth of a chromatic jaguar. So, like, if Nina is still out there, like, there's got to be some kind of bridge between these two realities, these two worlds. I don't know what, like, but there has to be some way. Like, I was able to, I mean, did you pick up on that thing I was trying to say about Florida being a cop and being like a government agent? Like, I tried to make it as clear. I thought it was pretty obvious, like that Clash song in the mixtape. Like, did you pick up on that clue? Because I was really struggling to communicate with you through any of the other tracks on that, that's a banger mixtape, by the way.
I'd like to suggest that you're having this conversation in the hallway right before you go into the editing bay.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody comes out of the janitor's closet, a man wearing a gray jumpsuit, probably the janitor, kind of older, thinning gray hair. And he kind of is pulling the door, like, and leans in like before he closes it completely. And you hear him whispering something into the crack of the door, like he's whispering to somebody inside the janitorial closet. What do you do?
Is that normal?
I mean, again, normal's a pretty relative term here, but like, that's one of the creepiest things that I've seen so far, and I've seen some shit that you wouldn't believe.
Someone opens the door to the editing bay from the other side. It's your Uncle Albert, but he's younger, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and he has a little headset on. And he says, oh, hey, have you two reserved studio time?
Leon jumps back.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. Yeah. Well, so anyway, I'm going to be your producer. Do you know how all this works, or?
Is that a VDX Vision Mixer? Because
Oh yeah.
I've used those before, and like
Oh,
I mean, not something this old and vintage. I'd love to get a look at it if that's okay.
old and vintage. It's not that old, but yeah. Come on in. Yeah. Here, come check out the spread. I think it's, we managed to make do here. He kind of invites you in.
I think JJ whispers to Leon, I think we can contact Nina through this.
Does that look like my uncle? It looks like sorry, is your name Albert?
Yeah, but everybody calls me Al.
Do you have a sister named Patricia?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Do you like the music of the Grateful Dead?
Is this? I'm sorry. Is this like a? I don't know what's going on here, but we're on a bit of a schedule here.
Sorry, you don't know who I am.
You look kind of familiar, but maybe you just have one of those faces.
I have one of those faces. Okay. Leon is gonna go into the editing bay. He's so stressed out.
JJ, are you going into the editing bay?
Indeed, I am.
Nina, you are also going into the editing bay, but before you do, there's a little flickering emergency light that somehow its battery is still going, illuminating this hall ever so slightly. And you can see that whoever wrote that message for you in the reception area has continued. They've written another message above the janitorial closet door that says, "Come find me." What do you do?
The first one said, "Nina, you found me." The second one says, "Come find me." Mal is still tugging her in the direction of the editing bay, and she's processing that as she moves into the bay.
What's the plan here, Leon? How are you going to communicate with Nina?
I think as he is looking around the editing bay, he has limited experience with things like this, but it's nothing like JJ. And so I think he wanders over to the nearest TV and just whatever they were last recording, he tries to hit play on this side to see what will come up on screen.
JJ, any thoughts?
JJ sees this, and I mean, this is actually kind of a gantry up above a studio that they look down into, and JJ's kind of like sizing the situation up. You can see the space down below. You can see what Leon's doing, and you can see the vision mixing desk and all the channels that are coming in and the channels that are going out. And he sidles over to Leon and just says, keep him talking. When I give you the signal from downstairs, push the slider on 22 all the way up and press crossfade. JJ leaves the room down to the studio below and sets up the Waitley camera and points it up at the gantry and the director's box editing suite all in one thing and turns it on.
Interesting. Let's get a little bit more layman here. So what is ultimately the plan here to communicate with Nina?
I'm going to try and project what I'm filming through the Waitley camera, which is Leon in the editing room through the cosmos to Nina in the editing room in that reality using the power of the Waitley camera.
Let's just fast forward. I think that all works. Albert doesn't even care if you mess with things. And as soon as you hit play or turn up the thing or whatever you got to do, Nina, on your end, you're in this dark editing bay. You can't see much, except a screen lights up quite suddenly. And you all hear Mal bark with excitement. Nina, there's a tap, tap, tap on the window of the editing bay. Someone's standing out in the hallway trying to get your attention.
Is there anything on the screen of the TV?
What does Nina see on the screen?
Nina sees Leon look around. God, I think I did the thing that he's told me to do.
Leon! And Nina is on the TV. Just no thoughts to the tapping behind. Just, how the fuck did you get... What? Okay, no explanations. Okay, some explanations. What's happened?
Wait, so just to be clear, Leon, are you in front of the Waitley camera? How is the image being captured here?
So I think my understanding is JJ's down with the camera.
Yeah.
Leon is being captured in the editing bay in the camera, which is being projected to a TV in the editing bay that Nina's in. So it's like everything is mirror-versed and screwy.
It's feeling very Tenet.
There's a tap, tap, tap on the little viewing window of the editing bay, Nina. Sheriff Hanscom is standing out in the hall. He lets himself in.
Well,
we meet again. Ms. Powers.
That we do. Completely aware. You told me last time you were more understanding about the whole situation with Linnea being up the water tower. You and Casey, all of this. You know that something's wrong with Deep Lake. Leon's in the television.
Ms. Powers, you've helped us out a lot. That thing with Linnea, that was real helpful. Even that situation in La Fresca. But your presence here in Degoya County is a problem. I should have run you out of town when you burned down the house in Escondido Street. That's when everything started to really get fucked.
Get fucked? Get fucked in Deep Lake? No, Hanscom. Things started to get fucked the minute that I killed my mum. The minute that I was blamed for that. The minute I was run out of here by my dad. That's when things got fucked. We've come back. We came back. Leon and I came back to try and fix this, to try and figure out what the fuck is going on. And I'm so fucking over everyone saying that this is normal and that we're the problem. This place is the problem. TV Odyssey is the problem, or potentially the solution. It doesn't matter. Just stop. Get off your high horse and help me.
He draws his weapon.
Why won't anyone help me? Just help me.
He draws his weapon.
Please.
He says, 3 of us were brought back. We were brought back to bury this place and make sure no one found it. And it's my job, it has been my job, to keep this place under control. I'm gonna fulfill my end of the bargain now, Miss Powers. You shouldn't have even gotten this far. I turn on the flashlight,
I flash it in his eyes, and I try and run from the room and down the hall.
This is going to be the night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
I'm afraid he's going to shoot me.
Oh, it's worse than that. He shoots you, you are dead, And the person who brought you here is going to find your body.
Okay. What am I rolling with?
Vitality.
Great.
No, quick thinking for the flashlight. Quick thinking. Reason.
It's
Let me
a
take a look at
zero
your
on both
conditions
ends.
too. What have we got here? I don't think
Sweet
Bones of
Bones
the
of the
Earth
Earth.
applies. So you're good.
Okay.
On that.
So it is a 9 in total. 4 and a 5.
I'll take the narration. You do as you say. You quickly flash his eyes, and that gets him too, because it's dark in here, right? His eyes haven't adjusted yet. And I think you run away and you hide in the janitorial closet. Leon, JJ. Leon, or JJ rather, you're down in the studio, right? You hung right and you went downstairs to the studio. I think after you're done getting it all set up and stuff for Leon, you hear a voice coming from one of the other studios. Are you ready to get going on this thing or what?
I have to see where that's coming from.
You see the big man inside the studio. He is not as weirdly large as you know him to be, but he's still pretty big. And got his yellow suit, got his cowboy hat. He says, I was brought in to serve as a director on these little programs, and I'm yours. Just tell me what direction you want to go with this thing. What's your program about?
It's actually about Degoya County and its history going back a long time.
A very interesting topic. Oh, you want a cigarette?
I haven't had a cigarette in about 20 years, so I'm going to say yeah.
20 years? You don't look old enough to have been smoking 20 years ago.
You'd be surprised.
He gives you the cigarette. He's like, suppose you didn't have time to stop by and take a shower, get cleaned up before you headed over here.
Can I do something here? I would like to use the Wandering Monolith, and I would like to see the real big man. I use the Wandering Monolith. I summon the big man through the Whately camera.
Okay.
And it's running, and I'd like to just kind of keep him talking and turn the camera on the pair of us as we have a conversation.
That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and roll the move. Please roll with sensitivity.
A 9.
On a 7 to 9, you gain 1 clue. All right. We're going to take another 10-minute break. I would like the 4th and 5th clues from the flashback and the snacks, the snack narrations. And then I will give you your 6th clue from the big man when we return. What is the 4th clue from JJ's flashback?
The idea of New Year's Eve 1979 being significant.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. And what is the clue taken from your various narrations for the candy?
The Tower of Reese's Pieces Cups.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Intriguing. And then I owe you a 6th clue from the Wandering Monolith. I'm imagining you're like turning the Waitley camera onto this version of the big man, who is the slightly less big man. And it's one of those situations where you can kind of like look at the little screen, to see what it's actually picking up, as you record him. And he's kind of talking, smoking his cigarette, talking about, oh, the history of Nagoya County, that's real interesting, and he's kind of talking about like his own kind of very mundane experiences around here, stories he's heard, and things like that. And what he's saying is not exactly the same as what you're seeing on the little screen. What you're seeing on the little screen is the sun, burning hot and bright. The sun is there, and it's witnessing the asteroid that hit this region so many millions of years ago. And you're seeing a battle between whatever emerged from that great crater and the sun. And they fought to a stalemate. But the only way this truly ends is if the battle is concluded. That's your clue. Nina, you ran into the janitorial closet, over which there was a sign that said, "Come find me." And it is a closet. You see, like it's a little room with like now overturned, long dried up cleaning chemicals and things like that, right? But also, when the structure fell into the cave mouth, it tore open the wall right here. And it goes into a passage, a tunnel.
A tunnel connects everything. The tunnels connect everything in Deep Lake. Yep.
And furthermore, your friend has spray painted a white arrow pointing you down the tunnel. It's the night move to proceed into the tunnel.
I think she looks back. The concept of being ended by Sheriff Hanscom and his gun, and following an unknown trail down into the bowels of the earth.
What are you afraid is going to happen right now?
I'm afraid Sheriff Hanscom is going to shoot me before I have a chance to head down these tunnels.
That feels about as bad as it's going to get. So I'll go one step further. Sheriff Hanscom also shoots and kills the person urging you on this way.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead and roll with, I think this is going to be probably composure, but I'm going to put you at disadvantage because of Bones of the Earth.
I'm going to negate that disadvantage with utility tunnels becoming a recurring location as something from my corner of the house, if that's
Very
okay.
I'll take it.
Yes. Cool. And I'm rolling with composure?
It's a +2. It's pretty good.
I'll take it. This is 6 plus 2, 8.
You continue down the tunnel. As you go deeper, you realize what at first felt like wet puddles of water on the ground have a slightly more viscous texture. Using the dim light from your cell phone, you can see that it's a thick white fluid that you're walking in as you proceed deeper into the tunnel. And when you reach the end of it, it opens up into a large, cavernous space. An enormous, milky white lake. Lit from a single shaft of light coming down from overhead somewhere, some way to the surface. In the center of this great milky white lake, there is an island. And on this little island, there's someone standing there, beckoning you to cross and come to them. What do you do?
How deep does this lake look?
It's hard to say because the water is so milky. But I'll let you know if you start getting too deep to go any further.
Maybe it's Leon. Maybe that's what this is. And is Malcolm still with us?
Sure.
I gently coax Malcolm forward and into the water. Just like, it'll be okay. This is where the answers are. This is the final pathway. We just have to keep going. And she's going to try and cross the lake.
You get a little ways into the lake. The water never really goes above like knee to waist height, depending on how short you are, I suppose. Malcolm is paddling along. Starts growling at a certain point. You get about halfway across the Great White Lake when you can see the figure standing on the little island better now. It's a woman. You can't make out the details yet.
Damn it.
But there's something underneath that water with you. You can occasionally feel something wriggle past your leg. It's making Mal very nervous. It is the night move to proceed any further.
I've got no... I can't go back. I can't go back. I can't go back. I used the planchette at the bridge before to try and see stuff that wasn't there. Can I use the planchette now to look through it and see through the water? Maybe something shines through, something supernatural.
We'll see. Is it unmarked?
It is unmarked.
You can mark it to get advantage. It's going to be a night move. What do you afraid is going to happen right now?
Well, I'm afraid that whatever's under the water isn't too friendly. I'm afraid I'm going to be dragged down into it.
Oh boy, how's it worse than that? It's worse than that. You'll catch one last glimpse of the person waiting for you on the island. Go ahead and roll with... Oh, I don't know what this is. I think it's sensitivity.
Okay.
And Bones of the Earth, I'm negating your advantage with Bones of the Earth.
Yeah, that makes sense. Come on. 7 because of 1 with sensitivity, not -1. 7.
You get close to the island. And now you can see fully who it is who waits for you there. Who's been helping you this whole time. Who's been leaving little clues so that you could find this place. So you could find her. She's going against the plan, and this is a problem, but that's something that will be dealt with at a later time. The person waiting on you will be revealed momentarily. Leon, Mal just walks off at some point and is like, and just kind of disappears toward the direction of the janitorial closet. You're looking now at the feed. You don't know what's going on the other side. You don't even know precisely where JJ is right now. What are you doing right now?
I heard Nina speaking to me, and I was trying to respond, but then it just stopped. It seemed like her attention went elsewhere. She wasn't talking to me anymore. And I called after her, but no one answered. And so as Mal leaves, I think he presses his hands against the window of the editing bay and leans down to try and spot JJ, and is knocking on the glass to try and get his attention.
JJ sees it, turns to the big man and says, "Okay, old timer, this is fine. I've got every faith in you. We're going to start in a wide, in a 2-shot, and then we're going to move into singles, and then we're going to go shot, reverse, shot. You know it. You've got it. It's very standard. I need to just go and get to makeup, and then I'll be back down, and then I just run off."
All right. You're back together.
Did you find out where Nina was? Have you got her? Is she on the screen?
No, I don't know how this is supposed to fucking. I could hear her. From
what did she say? What did she say?
I don't know. She was kind of panicking. I don't remember. I was trying to. She was asking how I was here, but then before I could say anything, it just stopped. Like it was cut off. Like I don't know what happened. What were you doing down there anyway?
I was trying to kind of like make that bridge between our two realities, worlds, universes, cosmoses, whatever the fuck. And I think it would have worked because the camera that I was using, the camera that we found down in the tunnels, that picked up some gnarly shit, man. Like something about ancient wars and, asteroids hitting the Earth. And, I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's something. And like I feel like the sand is running out of the hourglass and we need to do something soon.
Okay. Malcolm went into the janitor's closet. I think he knows where Nina is in that other place, so I'm gonna follow him.
I mean, Malcolm is by far the most trustworthy and dependable person in our entire group, so I agree.
I follow after Mal.
You can go open the janitor's closet, and it's just a janitor's closet with a mop bucket, a shelf with some supplies, and the janitor, who has on his little name tag thing sewn onto his shirt. His name is Victor. He says, "Is there something I can help you find?"
Have you seen a dog?
No dog. I don't think they would allow dogs into the studio. Did you see something while you were in there? He's pointing at the janitor's closet.
No. I just... Thank you. Don't mean to disturb you. Where the fuck is Malcolm?
He will say, if you turn to leave, he'll say, before you go, I'm supposed to tell you. Don't let her go in there.
Right. I will take it under advisement. Thank you, Victor. I don't know. I know that Nina is still here. I'm sure that she wouldn't just leave unless something terrible was happening that we don't know about. So I'm gonna err on the side of it's fine, and she's just somewhere else that we can't see.
The receptionist says, are you two about ready? Your time's about to start here. They're all set for you. I didn't see any props or anything. Is there something we can help you out with? We got a bunch of stuff from the other shows that I'm sure nobody'd mind if you used.
JJ is kind of blanking out most of this, and he just runs, and Starsky and Hutchie slides over the desk, grabs the desk phone, and types in 555-197949 and says, Nina? Nina.
Nina, your cell phone is ringing as the woman helps you out of the water up onto the little island. As you come closer into the light, your cell phone is ringing like crazy, and you can see that it's your mother pulling you into the column of light. She's wearing a long white gown, very unlike her. White, kind of like almost like baptismal, I would say. She says, oh, baby, you found me. You did it. You did it. I need the night move right now. What are you afraid is going to happen right now?
This isn't my mother.
Ooh.
And this is going to be something. This is going to be what breaks Nina.
It's worse than that. It is your mother. Go ahead and roll with sensitive. No, composure. I'll give you composure. Still at disadvantage because of Bones of the Earth.
Yep. And I have got... You found me. Could I use the Choose Your Own Adventure book? I guess not. It's not really... No, there's nothing in my corner of the house to negate it, so we're rolling at disadvantage.
If Nina has Mal on her side, can I lend her Mal?
Sure. What would Mal do, though?
Oh...
Mal is the
dogs
meter
are never
by
wrong
which,
about people.
Mal is the meter by which danger is known. If this is dangerous, Mal's going to intercede.
Okay, I'm into this. Go ahead and roll with advantage, or negate the disadvantage.
Come on. It's a 4 and a 2 plus 2, so 8 for the composure. Was it composure?
Yes, composure. Yeah. You're good. You're keeping it under control.
Just.
She says, I'm just so happy you're here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry we had to lie to you.
Why couldn't you come to me sooner? I've seen Hanscom. He said about you coming back. You weren't meant to come back. Why couldn't
No.
you have just shown us sooner?
I wasn't supposed to reach out to you.
Okay.
We were spared that day, don't you see? We were spared. We were supposed to be dead.
October 17th, 1983.
Yes, that's right. But he brought us back. He brought us back, and he gave us a glorious mandate to
What
hide this
mandate?
place, to protect this place until the time of his coming, and we've done it.
Who's coming? Who is he?
She gets this dreamy, faraway look on her face now. He goes by many names, but I call him the Great Wolf King.
No.
Your cell phone is still ringing like crazy, Nina.
It's the only thing that is. It's also quiet and also loud, and in the echoey cavern, it's all that she can hear. And she pulls the cell phone off her belt and looks at the number, and doesn't recognize it, and flips it, and is looking at her mother like some of this has to make sense, something, and answers it. Hello.
Nina, it's JJ. JJ, Nina, hang on 1 second. And JJ gives the phone to Leon. She won't remember me. You have to talk to her.
Nina.
Leon. My mom's here. I found her.
Nina, where are you?
I'm at the top. I'm at Firetop Mountain. I've reached the end. I've won, and I haven't. The Great Wolf King is coming. I don't know what that means.
Nina, wherever you are, you have to come back to the station. Come back.
I don't know if I can.
Nina, we need you. We need you, Nina, please.
Hanscom, my mom, someone else, I think Albert, maybe. I think they're all part of this. I think they were spared. They were meant to die. They didn't. They've been working against us to bring the Wolf King back. And
Yes,
I don't know.
Nina, come back to the station. We can figure this out together, but we need you. Nina, it's the three of us against the three of them.
All right.
Nina, you see Sheriff Hanscom, having followed you down the corridor, wading into the milk white water. He has his gun trained, not on you, but on your mother. He says, "You broke the covenant. You were not supposed to reach out to them. We had this under control. It was all under control, and now we have this situation to deal with. This is not the deal we made with him."
Oh my God, what deal?
Your mother turns to you and she says, "I just wanted to say goodbye to you properly." Hanscom fires. What do you do?
Push her out of the way.
It's the night move. What do you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
I'm afraid I'm going to take a pretty nasty gunshot wound to somewhere.
And it will have been for naught. Roll with vitality, please.
There's nothing I can use. It's a 5.
The shot rings out. It hits you. It goes through both of you. You're clutching your mother. Once again for the last time. As you both sink to your knees, holding each other on the little island, she whispers in your ear, "Don't worry, baby. There's a place for you in his kingdom, too." Unless you turn the key.
I turn the key of the chromatic desert.
The three of you are standing in the recording studio, reunited. You have managed to gather 6 clues on your 6 complexity mystery. You have 10 minutes to sort out the answer to the question how to reset all of this. Alternatively, you can choose to stay in the chromatic desert and simply make your life here. I will tell you this as well. You only get one go at this. You can each, the only way of bumping up the result if you don't like it is for you each to mark the pure white signal. I'll see you in 10. The question is, how do we get reality to turn back to what it was? It's complexity 6. You have 6 clues, plus you had the floating clue from earlier in the campaign. And I gather that, Jess, you might want to use your character's The Truth Is Out There move as well. This is the...
Yes,
this is the clue that
please.
someone leaves you. Oh, well, the person leaving you the clues the whole time was your mother. So I think maybe she presses something into your hand before you go into the chromatic desert. What do you suppose it
Okay.
is?
What do we suppose it is? I think.
Is it a book called How to Reverse Reality for Dummies? Please.
I would love it if that was. Yeah, sure.
Maybe something a little less direct would be great.
If it's something
I mean,
from
I can give it to you
our-
too. I can give it to you too, but you have to incorporate it.
I've got a suggestion, but if
Okay.
it's something from our world that she pushes into our hand, it's a cassette, and it's a cassette of "Goodbye Stranger" by Supertramp from 1979.
What's the answer here?
What a question!
Oh, okay. So we think in order to reverse what's happened and return our reality to what it is, to tilt the hourglass back round again, we need to do something regarding the seals that we've broken. So like the Escondido Street we burnt down, and Hanscom told us we'd broken a seal, and I think we've probably left a trail of carnage across Degoya County of these places that we've unearthed things and bad stuff's happened, and we think that we have to use the power of the sun, specifically the big man, and the light of other dying stars in our galaxy, in order to focus them on certain points in Degoya County to essentially reset Degoya County. Now, the way this comes together is
You have to do it for pretend on the tape, right? Because
yeah, so
County.
when we make a tape, the tape is going to be of a New Year's Eve celebration, 1979, probably soundtracked by Goodbye Stranger, by Supertramp. But we think that the year 1979 is significant because it is some kind of anniversary to the asteroid hitting. The ball falling on New Year's Eve 1979 is literally the asteroid hitting the Earth.
Oh, I see.
And that's an echo of the past.
It's almost symbolic, right?
Yeah. We seem to have a La Fresca High School yearbook from 1979, and we're in it. And the picture of us in the AV club, which is very much us in the AV suite of TV Odyssey, is another one of those echoes. But we think that the anniversary that it's trying to show us, and I think when we said that TV Odyssey sunk into the ground and disappeared, it was because they were preparing for some sort of end time, weren't they? And I think that the anniversary of that initial battle that happened after the asteroid hit wasn't like, it was coming up on those dates, but it also wasn't concluded. The reason it wasn't concluded, and I've just thought of this, is the white bugs are the remnants of that battle. They're the things that are left. And those are the things that were never concluded. That's the hanging thread. The football jersey, being number 49, is someone's way of telling us that TV Odyssey is important, because 49 backwards is 94, which is the channel number of TV Odyssey.
Good, okay, yeah.
Which is so coincidental, Jason, I can't tell you. And the book, with this book, Unlimited Power is Yours and Your Safe Return to the Village is Insured, is the cosmos's way of telling Nina what to do, essentially. The Reese's Cups is it represents not only the Wandering Monolith, but also the tower of TV Odyssey.
Okay, good, yeah.
That's going to be like the nexus of the signal where the sun kind of hits and goes off into all the directions, is broadcast out. Did I do a fair job of representing our plan, lads?
Yes.
I think it's great. I mean,
yes.
I particularly love the 49 because we have to make things go backwards, right? So it's like 49 backwards is 94. Yeah, that's great.
I need you to understand that Wren went through their notes and pulled that out, and it was the single greatest sensation of elation in a pure feel of panic back here when we went, we can make it work. So the idea is you're going to make a tape that's going to show someone else what to do. Is that the plan? Like someone who's in the real world? I think the tape is going to be us recreating New Year's Eve on 1979, and as that impact hits, that's when it all goes off. That's when we see the sun
so it's like a spell,
basically redirected. Yeah, it's
okay. I'm into it.
Spell.
I'm into it. It's going to be a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, +2. Who would like to roll?
Not Wren.
Yeah, we can all agree on this. I think JJ.
So it's +2, and if we fail, then we have to mark the pure white signal. But am I right in thinking Leon is exempt from that because of the extra life thing from Zagreus? Or does that not count?
Have the arcade token.
You do.
What does the arcade token do? Remind me. I don't remember.
It allows me to unmark the pure white signal.
Oh, so you would be able to come back. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like an epilogue or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm really sorry, guys.
No.
It's an 11.
Okay.
God.
Oh, JJ, you piece of shit. Oh.
I miss you too, Nina.
All right. We're going to bring this thing to a conclusion, everyone. We're going to wrap this up. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, you're going to narrate the tape in montage. What it looks like, what's happening. And then you'll each narrate an individual epilogue that shows your character with whatever ending you want them to have, whether they're back in the real world or what. So, based off of successfully completing the ritual. The tape. In montage, please narrate the tape that you record.
JJ gives the sign to Albert, gives the nod to the big man behind the camera, and as the big man gets the camera going, the Whately camera, the power of the sun comes in through the roof, and the TV station begins to crumble around us. And JJ turns to the camera and says, "Hey, it's a little loud in here, guys, but welcome to Dagoya County, New York, Rockin' Eve, 19, who knows what year it is. I'm here with my co-hosts. Everybody, give it up for Nina Powers."
Thank you, JJ. An absolute delight to be here. Oh my God, it's just getting louder and louder. What do you think, Leon?
Oh, it's me. Yeah, it's super loud and wild. We're all having a rip roaring good time here on the eve of this magnificent new year.
Mal starts barking. JJ's like, "Who let a dog in the studio? I know it's New Year's Eve, but come on, guys. Yeah, there are standards here." We've got a satellite link over to Escondido Street. Nina, what can we see happening there?
Oh, JJ, it's an absolute blast. Quite literally. I mean, you wouldn't believe this if I explained it to you. We'll just have to show you. And as the camera sort of pans over to Escondido Street, you see the power of the sun is almost as if put through a giant magnifying glass. It centers down to one point on the husking remains of Escondido Street. And as it sort of sparks and fuses and begins to, well, it should light on fire, the fire almost seems restorative. And as the fire licks, the house begins to almost rebuild itself and becomes and sort of sets as its own seal on top of the husk that it was before. And Nina turns back to the camera, just like absolutely gobsmacked, clearly not expecting that to have happened, just going, "Well, JJ, I've seen many things in my life, but a house rebuilding itself from the foundations isn't one of them. But hey, we like to do things a little bit different here in Dagoya County. How about you, Leon? How are things looking where you are?"
Well, Nina, I'm down here at the just outside the local community arcade. We've got a lot of people here filing in and out, just having a good evening here. I'm here with the owner, Ephraim Goldman. Ephraim? And Leon turns and sees Ephraim with his little coin changer standing, trying to distribute coins to people. It's like, oh my God, he's alive. Yeah, Ephraim Goldman is being especially generous here tonight. We've got people here all the way from Billings, Montana. That's great. Thank you. So can you not come into the frame? Thank you. Just enjoy yourself on that arcade machine. I will get an interview from you later. Back to you in the studio, JJ.
As the hourglass begins to turn, the studio does the thing, and we do the Star Trek thing of like juggling from one side to the other. And I'm like, wow, things are really turning upside down here. It's maybe the start of something new. You know what happens at midnight? All bets are off. I can hear. What's that, Albert? Did we get clearance from Supertramp to use this song? And Goodbye Stranger comes in, and he's like, ha ha ha, yeah, it's a great song if you like songs about being an absolute fucking dirtbag. Sorry about my language, but I'm sure there aren't any kids watching. It's nearly midnight after all. I've got a special report coming from senior tunnel correspondent Nina Powers. Tell us what's going on underground.
Well, JJ, down in the tunnels, you'd think that it would be all quiet on this here New Year's Eve. You'd think everybody would be upstairs partying.
But in fact, we've got some special guests here, and you can see sort of like the white chitinous creatures are crawling and beginning to panic and shuffle as the sort of like laser beam of the sun is ripping down the sort of tunnel entrance and like almost frying them as it comes past. Yeah, it doesn't seem like these guys are big on the party, and you can hardly blame them. And the smell is pretty terrible, pretty awful down here, man. I really need to reevaluate why I spend so much time in the tunnels and finding basements. But hey ho, I mean, there's always going to be a bigger and better and brighter tomorrow, which is why we head over to Leon, who is outside on the bridge of Dagoya County with the best view of the whole county there, including all of the stars, those beautiful stars. Leon, tell us, what are you seeing right now?
Oh, Nina, it's absolutely beautiful out here. We can see Orion's belt over in the distance. We've got Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, and followed by the lovely Canis Major. Serious dog start. Oh, the stars are looking especially bright tonight. They're sort of whiting out the entirety of the sky. Yep, that is it is a quite bright white signal that we're getting through up here. But apart from that, it lights up the entirety of Dagoya County. We can see as far as White Spray out here. And I can see in the distance actually some lovely folks who seem to be heading towards La Fresca. JJ, tell us what's happening in La Fresca.
JJ suddenly looks at the pair of you who are next to him in the studio, and he freezes. He doesn't have a pithy quip. He sees the light of the big man, the light of the sun, intensifying in the lens of the Whately camera, and he loses himself briefly in it. And you're both like, JJ, tell us what's happening in La Fresca. And he turns to both of you and says, what's that thing in Old Lang Syne, which we can now hear being pumped into the studio, about old acquaintances being forgot? And he says, I'm sorry, guys. And he walks into the light of the Whately camera and unspools.
JJ?
JJ?
Come back. No, we did it.
This isn't how it goes.
We done it. This isn't how it goes. This isn't a joke, JJ. This isn't in the script. This isn't. Come on. Don't.
Epilogue. Please narrate a conclusion for your character. Where do we see them at the end of this?
Leon is standing outside of Rodenbecker Street. He is leaning against the porch, and he's looking at his cell phone, and he has a bunch of missed messages from work. It was so easy to lose track of time when he was here. He has no idea how long they've actually been here. And he types the message, "I quit," and doesn't send it. He puts the phone away and lifts shards of honor. Oatmeal and blue cheese, what the ew. Come on, Mal. Let's go for a walk. And he walks past the old shop. He walks all the way to where his Uncle Albert lives and greets him. And he's making a wide loop, looking for someone, not entirely sure who he's looking for, but he makes the loop anyway.
The view from the Deep Lake Cemetery is particularly beautiful today. The sun is shining, and nothing feels wrong or morose. It's one of those very rare times in a graveyard where everything feels light, like there's hope among all the gravestones. And Nina's sat in front of her dad's gravestone. She polishes off the top, rubs the little stag symbol. And then next to it, she just sort of surveys the fresh mound of earth. No more than a week old. Who knows what happened to JJ's body, but this is a tribute. It's not one she can forget. She takes care of it. She takes care of both of them now. There's a small plaque at the very top. To JJ Gastineau, the biggest fan of Cinema Verde there ever was. She grins at it, knowing that he'd find it funny. You're gonna love your headstone, buddy. And then she pulls out her phone and sends a text. I'm all done. See you in 10. She pulls the little flip phone down, pops it in her pocket, gets in her car, and drives off.
Elliot Mendoza is sat hugging his knees on a rocky outcrop in the Chromatic Desert, head bowed, shaking as he cries. Behind him, he hears something. It's the rattling of a candy box. He turns to see JJ. He walks, sits down next to him, taps a couple of Space Milk duds into the kid's hand, pulls up his helmet, has a few. And JJ looks over the valley below, this strange place, neither here nor there, but it's where he is now. And he takes a beat and then says to Elliot, so it all began with the Paramount Decree in 1948, which saw the collapse of the studio system as we knew it.
That concludes our campaign of public access. I hope you enjoyed your stay in beautiful Deep Lake, New Mexico. But before we go, somewhere else in the country, you see a group of friends. They've been hanging out all day, gathered for something very special. But mostly they've just been fucking around, eating pizza, drinking beer, hanging out in the pool. Night finally falls. They're like, dude, when are we gonna do this thing? We've been waiting all day. Bro, just chill out. It's cool. It only works at night. Where did you even find it? Bro, I had to pay so much money. Well, so much of Dad's money to get this thing from this guy on the internet, you know, the whole dark web. It's not important. But here it is. And he holds up a purple clamshell case, decorated with day-glow torii gates and pyramids. He pops it open and he pulls the tape out. And we can read the title, the label on this tape. Calamity Raccoon 06 Big Bad Pure White Ultimate Highest Level Warning. They pop the tape in, gather round, and press play. Let's go to Stars and Wishes. That was a great session. I'll start. It was incredible.
That was a ride, everyone.
That was one hell of a ride.
I'm really sorry, by the way, because I just threw that on you at the end. But
like, it was beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
It's fine. I got you back. It's okay.
The eternity of living under a grave that says Cinema Verde on it. Yeah, the ultimate limbo. I had a actually JJ Gastineau is a character from a film called Limbo. There you go, fact fans.
No way.
Yeah,
it all comes together.
So I could have saved that for talkback. It was a good trivia. Yeah, wonderful. I like Jason. Like structurally, I loved how like we were providing the clues from all the stuff that we had. It made everything feel so personal, and the solution had to be so like tied to everything we did. Which kind of made it, because sometimes the clues are, you know, they can just be things, can't they? Just some numbers written in a weird place or just an item you found. We don't have any emotional connection to those, but we were putting ourselves into the mystery. It had this whole, you know, the way this thing in the last couple of sessions has become so reflexive and like meta-textual, it just kind of feeds into that beautifully. And I absolutely loved the kind of the upside down version of the you know, the TV Odyssey studio that we were both in. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I really liked everyone's keys at the start. Wren, when you said, "Are you smarter than a frog, Bobby?" I love that very much. And Jess when Nina became the warlock and got to the center of got to the top of Firetop Mountain. That was absolutely wonderful. Yeah, this was a privilege to be involved with, and thank you all so much for holding my hand and stepping off the cliff with me.
I will pretty much echo all of those sentiments. This has been great fun. This has been, as not an 80s baby, as not someone who ever experienced the 80s and was very young in the 2000s, it's like re-witnessing a lot of culture through a very twisted lens has been so much fun, with the descriptions and the way it's just, from all of the media that we've consumed, like it's been made so much worse by this game. It's been made so much creepier. It's taught me a lot. I have really enjoyed being a part of the little three-way group that we have. I really enjoyed everyone's characters and personalities. I really loved the character development in terms of backstory that we got by really digging into each of the keys of the children. Like those were flavor text beyond, like these these, we'd all come together at a surface level as, semi-normal adults, and there was so much trauma going on under the surface we didn't even realize when we created these kids. And that was beautiful. And to see them sort of all come together, absolutely phenomenal. Wren, your key of the kid at the beginning, your key of the child, and when you had your mum saying, can't find him, and of course referring to your brother that we'd already seen lost to TV Odyssey before, that was beautiful. That was amazing. And then JJ, with all of JJ's interactions with everything that was happening in the Chromatic Desert, from the feeding of Jerry Lynn to Cousin Dolores to chatting with Elliot and finding a way. And then the minute you and Leon were reunited, that was really sweet, because we'd seen you more like buddy cop at that point. But during this sort of time, it was like, this is the most normal thing that's happened to me in 20 years. I need you to understand that. And it suddenly just became very, very real. And I really felt the panic of, we need to solve this. We have to solve this. We can't die. We're ending on this high. This is amazing. And then, of course, Matt walking into the goddamn Whiteley camp. Of course you had to. Of course you had to. It was perfect. I was so convinced we would have like a clean streak, a clean run. No. It was not to be. And it's good. It's fine. I love that again, the system gives you the choice. It gives you the choice as to when the right end in time is for your character. Nina fully backed herself into a corner with the choices that she made with regards to when the keys of the children were being turned versus when the keys of the desert were being turned, and all of the additional conditions and elements that she took. But I think with JJ taking the Chromatic Desert early, being able then to work this from two different sides of the same coin was so much fun. And it gave it so much more depth, and it was such a good story, and it was such a good move. So again, kudos to the system itself. Kudos to the way it was played. I had so much fun. So much fun. I would play that again in a heartbeat. I am broken thoroughly, but in a good way.
God, I don't know. First off, Jason, sorry to deny you your pure white signal ending. Sorry, not sorry. Matt sure did try to give it to you at every turn. Oh my god. I loved the way that the TV Odyssey mystery came together. And just like the whole reincorporating things from earlier, and I think everyone really like stuck in and really tried to make it like all funnel down into this mystery by any means necessary. Just the Hanscom and the Albert and the mom thing, and that tying into the asteroid, and just it's all so convoluted and it works so well. Matt, just Matt, I'm getting everyone confused now. JJ and Leon. JJ and Leon's interactions have always been like so fun and funny to play off. In this one, it was similar, but because there had been that distance of time, it was like the characters had their perspectives weren't the same anymore, and it just shifted something in that dynamic, which I felt was really fun to play with. And also just like examining, like, for me, Leon's comfort with the two of you versus anyone else was really interesting. I loved your decision to like just like knowing you were near death and just like, I'll just roll this and talk to the big man, and if I die, I was like that. I was like, do you not understand you could die? No, of course you understand you can die. And then Nina, just the way that you knew it was your mom, like in your heart, and then just still making the decision to like go into the water and like go in and just having that interaction with Nina and her mom. It was so sweet and so heartbreaking. And then to have her be able to pass that final clue on to you to help us solve this thing all together. I just really, and I really enjoyed, like, it's already been mentioned, but the tape that we made at the end, just like the passing the buck, it is so funny because we had already kind of done it in the Key of the Dead when we were talking about the king, and I was just like, oh, this is that, but much faster and much wilder. This is it was so fun, and it felt so nice to have that bit of relief and release just after so much tension for 3 hours. Just just the fear of death weighing upon us, every die roll, just, and then Matt, of course, doing what he must to break our hearts towards the end. It's funny, when we played the Between, I felt really sad towards the end, and with this, there's just such a, it's still bittersweet, but it's much lighter because it feels like we won something. Like we lost something, but we won something. And yeah, we saved the world, and they'll never know.
Yeah, great session. I really loved it. I'm very happy that the using the keys as clues part of this landed the way it did, because that's new for this edition of the game. So I'm really happy with that. So basically, if you can, you got to mark 3 keys of the child, or 4 if you have 4 players, but you got to mark those keys of the child like when you at the very beginning, and those become your first clues. And so you're straight away like working on the mystery in that way. But if you manage to have saved any more, like the confection key, or like the or just any other keys that you might mark during the session, those also are clues. And so that's kind of like how the clue finding goes. It's this very personal way of solving the TV Odyssey mystery. It's one of these like little interesting insights I had from a design process where I was like, how do I make that TV Odyssey mystery feel really connected and personal to the characters? And I thought of my way, and I'm happy it landed. So that was really good. Yeah, great time. Senior tunnel correspondent nearly broke me. That was so fucking funny. I almost died. It was so funny. That whole sequence was amazing. It was just really, really great. And I just loved that like everybody was really like going for it in this last session, like, fuck it, we're going down the tunnel, we're going into the weird white lake. I mean, I'm gonna spin the camera around and we're gonna interview Big Man. And like, I mean, it was like all these moves and moments, were so good. And it all just came together so well, and I'm just so delighted. And I'll be excited once I've had some time to kind of reflect on the whole campaign, to talk about it during the talkback. But for now, this was just a perfect little capstone. So I couldn't have asked for it to go better. So thank you all. It's just a real pleasure.